Welcome, Twin Flame Lover. My name is Jack, and I help people raise their consciousness and open their hearts so they can attract an energetic match, their ultimate life partner, their twin flame. So today we're going to be talking about fear of rejection. What a topic. What a big, broad topic for humanity around the globe. I think we're all a little bit afraid of rejection, especially in the love department. So before we get started, type in the comments below where you're tuning in from on this beautiful planet. So I personally used to be terrified of fear of rejection. It used to take me weeks to build up courage to talk to a girl that I was interested in. And once I even built up the courage, then I would have a shaky voice, my palms were sweating, in fact my whole body would be shaking. And it was super embarrassing and I felt very, ashamed of myself. So one day I got fed up and I promised to myself that I would get over this fear for good and I would do whatever it takes. So I committed. Now commitment is powerful. There is so much power in commitment. So over the next 8 years, no joke, I approached hundreds and hundreds of women, people that I was attracted to. And I did that on the streets, at the gym, no joke, in the grocery stores, in my free time. I went out to the bars, the clubs. I don't recommend that anymore. Definitely didn't meet any of my girlfriends at the bars or the clubs, but I got a lot of practice. And I met some other guys who were trying out the same things, who were, anxious and wanted to improve this on their life. So had some fun times back in the day in my early 20s. Now, fear of rejection at its core is fear that we're not good enough and that will be reflected in the other person if we really put ourselves out there and we show our true colors. So really, what it boils down to is doing the inner work. And I will share with you 3 steps that you can do today to help you overcome fear of rejection. So in my story, I realized that my fear of rejection was holding me back from my true potential and from my full self-realization. So I knew I had to get this handled. And even after lots and lots and lots of practice, of taking action, approaching people, I was still coming from a place of people pleasing. So I was talking to more people, which was great. I was building my confidence, but I still had this facade on. I still was honestly afraid of actually getting rejected. So I put on a facade, so that if I did get rejected, then I wouldn't take it personally. So the core of getting through fear of rejection is all about showing our true colors. And the 3 big steps to overcome fear of rejection. Number 1, identify the fear. So simply just identify, become aware that there is a fear here. Fear is a very powerful thing, and when we can identify it, we can take our power back. Number 2, feel the fear. So we are so afraid of feeling fear. It's scary, it doesn't feel good, there's lots of sensations that come up through the body, butterflies, shakiness, voice shaking, all kinds of maybe embarrassment comes up. If we set the sacred space for ourselves to actually feel the feelings that come up. And literally, I used to sit down for 20 minutes and just feel my emotions. Feel whatever comes up for 20 minutes and just do it with my eyes closed. So knowing that there was nothing that was gonna harm me and all I needed to do was just sit there and just feel. And that was so powerful for me because I spent the first majority of my life not feeling. Number 3, the most important step, express the gifts that are underneath the fear fully. So what fear does is it basically puts a cap on our greatest gifts. And when the fear is there, it's pushing us down, and it's blocking us. A good metaphor is if you're driving a car on the highway and you realize you have your parking brake on. You realize that you're going much slower than you would if you didn't have the park brake on. So what you can do is you can just undo the parking brake and allow the engine of your car to naturally go at its natural speed and be functioning optimally. So when we do that, when we release the fear, we then were allowed to see our greatest gifts, our fullest potential, and what was underneath there all along. And when we express that courageously, oftentimes it feels vulnerable, and that's okay. Vulnerability is power. I'll repeat that one more time. Vulnerability is so powerful. Now, after 8 years of approaching women and putting in lots of action and really hard work, facing my fears, I still realized that I was still people-pleasing, and I still wasn't fully opening my heart and fully putting myself out there. So I gave myself one of the greatest challenges, and I told myself that I was going to approach the next woman that I found attractive, and I was going to truly tell her what was on my heart at the deepest level. So I was at a train station and I saw this gorgeous girl this one night, and I knew I had to do it. So I was scared, like the fear came up, I was nervous, but I promised myself, I committed. So I went up to her and I told her, "You are so gorgeous." And I just fully shared that from my heart. And what happened was actually my greatest fear. And she wound up actually running away from me. And that was a manifestation that I needed to experience, a physical manifestation of my fear. And so she was the manifestation of my fear running away from me. And that was a real life experience of me clearing out my fear. And even though it was embarrassing and I felt all those, nervous, uncomfortable feelings, I cleared my fear of rejection out for good. And so I felt so empowered after that. Within 2 months, I was on the dance floor at Ecstatic Dance in Oakland, California, and I approached 2 really amazing women on the dance floor, danced with them. I was having a great time. I, was not afraid of rejection anymore, just really blissing out, being in my pleasure, embracing my desire fully. And then in one moment, I turned around and I looked and I saw my beloved twin flame Amanda for the first time. And I remember I just saw this white, bright light aura around her. And I was just like, oh my God. And I was feeling confident. So I went up and approached her. I didn't have that fear of rejection. And I grabbed her hand and I started dancing with her. We were making eye contact and we weren't using any words. There was no talking aloud at this specific dance. We danced for an hour. I got her contact information and then we went on our first date 2 weeks later and we had an amazing date. I was following my highest excitement, my desire in every moment, giving her a back massage, blissing out. I told her what I really felt from my heart. Eventually I said, I really want to kiss you. I kissed her and then just everything unfolded beautifully from that point on. So once I cleared out that fear in the past, I was able to be fully free, expressing of my true self. So with our clients, we take them through this 3-step process and we hold them accountable to breaking through their fears, feeling it, and embodying the gifts that have been hidden underneath the fears. And we have rock star clients who are getting incredible results. They are embodying their true essence and they're stepping into unstoppable radiance and confidence in their life. Men are approaching them and they're just loving life and living on their soul's purpose and embodying their greatest gifts. So we absolutely love doing this work. We love helping people become fully themselves, free, completely free, so that they can open their heart and attract their ultimate lover, their twin flame. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button and also click that notifications bell so you can stay updated on our latest awesome videos. Also, let me know in the comments below your thoughts on this topic of fear of rejection. What's been your journey? What are your experiences around fear of rejection? Are you taking action to face your fears with confidence? Are you feeling the fear? Are you feeling those emotions that come up and just accepting that and loving that and then embracing your gifts that are underneath it? I would love to hear from you. Much love. I'll see you on the next video. Namaste. Namaste. Go.